Hey everyone, I'm Alexis the Queen, and welcome back to another episode of Queen's Court. In the last episode, we found some random hitchhiker. He sounds really weird and is a jerk. And then we flew into space. Alright, Viggy, actually tell him what happened.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Viggy the GM, and welcome back to the Queen's Court. When we last left our heroes, loading up the buggies, the warband sets out towards Port Gyre, but Ren halts the other acolytes as she spots the temple revelationists approaching the ruined Trade Sable base. She requests that Balthius Darn protect the ruins from any that wish to enter, but recommends he build a shrine to Saint Tobian, for this was a battle worthy of remembrance. Matters handled, the warband arrives at Port Gyre after a few hours of travel and arranges for indefinite storage for the transport buggies. Deciding to go through official channels rather than brave the lawlessness of the underport, the acolytes cram themselves onto the long halls, the exterior cargo lifts of Port Gyre, and settle in for the ascending journey, only for a pair of port workers to decide that now of all times would be the best moment to settle a gambling dispute. After a harrowing near-death experience, the fight is broken up, and the warband steps onto the void port proper. Moving with haste, the acolytes arrive at platform Overcrom 72A and convince the shuttle pilot that they are the second Sable Trader group following behind Stobon Het. Some 20 minutes of orbital travel later, the warband sets down in a hangar bay of an unknown vessel. Now, they must gather further clues and ascertain their location. And we return. So, when we last left off, you were looking down upon the planet of Desolium in its rust-colored glory and desert and glassy deserts, making some unkind remarks as to its nature. But all around you, you see further Arvis lighters and other shuttlecraft landing and disgorging pilgrims that move into the vessel proper. Now would be a good time to do some investigation.
Are we inside the shuttle or outside of it?
You had departed the shuttle.
Tarvok,
At least, I think.
Yes, Mom.
take a note of all of the ships coming and going. Does anything look out of place?
Roll for me, common lore, tech.
Any bonuses?
No bonuses.
Yeah.
No.
I'm still a bit disoriented from the trouble.
Void sickness tends to hit anyone, no matter their constitution. However, as you look around, you see that no, there does not appear to be anything out of the ordinary regarding the shuttlecraft, at least. They seem to be official enough.
I'm gonna do an awareness check to see if any of them have sustained any type of damage or look as though any of them have been broken into.
Roll for me an awareness plus 10.
Wow, this is going slow for me today.
Yeah?
I know I clicked it.
Nothing's happening.
Alright, I'll just do it again. Huh.
Yeah, there's...
Oh, wait,
there we
it is.
go. Oh, okay. Yeah, first roll is... Unless you wish to use a fate point.
Yeah, I'll just use one of the fate points to reroll it.
You use a fate point. As you further examine the incoming craft, you see that while none of them appear to have sustained any heavy damage, as in regarding to weapons discharge or other such I have no words. Or other such inconsistencies. There we go. You do notice that most of them appear to be privately owned shuttlecraft, i.e., they are most likely contract pilots being hired to take them up to this vessel.
Okay. Uh-oh, did I cut off?
No, you didn't.
Okay, because it's like your connection has been interrupted. Again. Always. Tarvak, none of these ships seem to be out of the ordinary. We should probably get in closer. Move away from them. Check the Pilgrims. Check if there's any signs of... what's the word I'm looking for? Any signs of distress more than normal. Polonia, can you do this as well? Guys? Hello? Fucking hell.
Since I have Skadi with me, what am I supposed to do with her? Because I have something the size of a sentinel on a space station.
I mean, you could pay the pilot to take it back down and keep it on Disolium. I'm sure that he could find some way of doing it.
Okay, I'm guessing you guys did not hear anything I said because it cut out for a few seconds.
Yeah, you cut out for a bit longer.
Yeah, I was asking if Tarvak and Polonia could check if there's any signs of aggravated distress or something similar to that.
Right. No, we didn't hear that. So yeah, to finish that off, Knight and Mope, roll for me Medicaid to see if there's aggravated distress.
Can I just assist her in hers?
You can.
Okay, give me another degree of success on that.
Indeed. That looks like 4 degrees of success. So, as Polonia takes in the zeitgeist of the current room, she notices that no, not only do these people seem free of distress, they seem ecstatic to be here. They sing hymns and praises to the God Emperor as they enter further into this vessel.
It seems, Rosalina, that the people here are simply grateful to be away from their disgusting conditions aboard the planet, or on the planet.
Interesting. Pilgrimages also often come with celebration, but no one seems to be hiding amongst them.
Not that I can see.
No one that sticks out to any certain degree. Most people here seem to be traveling pilgrims with barely any possessions except their clothing. So, Toby, you were going to ask a question?
I was going to ask the pilot. Hey, what's his name again? Shit.
Stove on Hat.
Did Stovan say he was going? They didn't tell me where he was.
Look, man, sorry about that. Look, I just dropped him off here. I have no idea where he went, and I don't see him anywhere in this hangar, so my guess is as good as yours. Now, if you could hurry up, I need to get the cargo unloaded and drop back down.
So walk away and get the ship.
Harold, what are you gonna do about your glass steed?
Get into that. So I'm gonna ask him if he can take Skadi back down and move her to where the buggies are stored.
Now, when you say moving where the buggies are stored, you mean the exterior of the void port, seeing how the
Yes.
pilot would be hard-pressed to know where the buggies are. Indeed. So, roll for me an influence with a plus 40. Yeah, you nailed that. So, you are able to pay the man to park your glass steed for you.
I'm just going to tell him, watch out, she bites, and then I'm just gonna laugh and smile.
Yeah. Real funny. As you leave the sentinel-sized equine in his cargo hold. So,
Right, let's get moving in.
with business taken care of, it's time to bray further in. So, you start walking further in, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And as we're walking along, I'm just taking point of the group. I just kind of look back to the group. Listen, friends, I don't even know where we are, so don't do anything rash, okay? Okay.
As you say that, Harold just looks down at his chain axe and looks back at you.
Listen, a chain axe can solve many problems, yes, but can't solve all of them.
You'd be surprised.
I'm gonna put my hand behind my back and signal to Tarvok. Be on
Yes.
guard at all times, Tarvok.
Viggy, I want to pull out my data slate and kind of just start kind of drawing a physical map of where we're at, and where we're going.
So you want to start blueprinting the place in reverse.
Yes.
All right. You can do that, and in fact, I'm going to need you to roll...
Would that be a logic?
Navigate surface for me.
Ah, crap.
You don't have navigate surface?
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and respond to Andrea by saying, "Don't worry, I'm a doctor."
Now, quick question. Does anyone actually have navigate surface?
Yes.
Would you
Yes,
like
I
to...
do.
Would
No, I
both
don't.
of you like... Oh, would Harold like to assist Tarvok in the mapping of this place?
Yes, I would.
Because if you do, then he would have made it. So,
There you go, Tarvok. I helped you out.
I feel like I'd be like, Harold, I'm trying to get a basic blueprint of where we're at. Could you help me find any details I may have missed?
and... Oh, go ahead.
Sure. And he looks around the place and gives you extra details that you have missed because you're preoccupied in your thinker.
Yes. Considering...
Harold.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Harold's got a good sense of direction.
He does. He is a scout, kinda.
So
Like,
as we're walking along, I'm just gonna quietly say on the microbead, I will make you all a deal. If you tell me who you truly work for, I will tell you who I truly work for. Yes? I feel we need to trust each other right now, and I'd rather not have that chain axe in my back.
I'm assuming that Tarvok is now standing next to Harold and can still see me.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna signal
Yes.
back to him. Harold, ready his chain axe.
and I speak to him in his like native tongue, on guard.
I'm simply gonna tell Andre, we work for the highest bidder. There's nothing more to it.
Actually,
The
just to
highest-
solve all of that, Tarvak, I need you to roll linguistics all because you're about to try and speak Hraxian dialect.
Would that be trait linguist or linguistics all?
That would be linguistics all.
I get a bonus for linguistics.
Yes, plus 10.
Damn you,
Uh-oh.
Slanesh. Where is the
Careful
bathroom,
there.
Harold?
What? I just went around the corner.
Harold, at some point you will need to teach me Heraxian. It's something I would like to have in my repertoire.
But I do not believe that you pay for the highest bidder.
How about I make a
uh,
save here against your
wait.
scrutiny?
Yeah,
Hold on.
that sounds
Wow.
pretty
Okay,
legit.
don't let me finish.
Wait, what were you going like? She already tried to deceive you first time, and let's see some rolls. Now,
I didn't even get to finish my sentence.
Yeah, you got to ask, and Polonia tried to deceive you. So, yeah, we finished that first.
Geez, you want roleplay, but you cut me off.
Well, she did try to
My
lie to you.
apologies.
I do apologize as well, but I was just slow on the uptake when it came to the rolls.
I shouldn't have
need-
cut you off, Toby.
So, you now. I'm actually unsure how to proceed with this one.
Because I was going to use my faceless trade lore to kind of explain how they're the highest bidder. And if you really work for the highest bidder, they'd work for the faceless trade.
That is fair enough, actually. Can you roll for me a common lore, actually forbidden lore faceless trade,
Any
and
modifier,
put a plus 20 on that?
fate point.
Yeah, fate point that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ouch.
Genuinely, I say. Our fearless leader has to get her wealth somehow, after all.
Well,
I'm just gonna look at him.
I mean, Ren, is Ren going to react any differently to Polonia?
Andre, who do you work for?
Does the name Severin mean anything to you?
Does it?
It does not.
If not, that is all you need to know, my friends. Unless there's something else you'd like to tell me.
Type it into
'Cause-
the chat, just so it's easier to remember.
Perhaps we should focus on the mission at hand. We are in unknown territory surrounded by unknown entities. There are too many variables to be corrected and identified at the current moment.
Have we learned Andre's first name?
Nope.
What was the
I
last
mean-
name? Because it's kind of gone right now.
You haven't learned that, so
I
we.
never said the last name.
So we don't know on either of Andre's names.
Well, supposedly Andre is his first name.
Oh, okay, so we do know Andre.
Yes.
Nah.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Andre, you have earned my trust. We work for the same person. Now let's move.
Can I scrutiny that?
Yes, you can.
Corn says no.
No, you cannot. Man. High
Okay, this is
roller,
gonna sound weird,
right?
but I'm gonna do the hand sign where no one. I'm hoping no one can see us talking real quick. So can I do an awareness for that real quick?
Go ahead.
Damn it.
No one appears to be paying you any particular attention.
I'm gonna make a hand sign really quickly to Andre, and only Andre, for the mark of the Inquisition.
Well,
You know, that explains a lot of things, lady. And I just kind of walk up to her. I reach into my jacket, and I pull out my pistol, and I flip it over to where it shows like the bottom part of the handle, and it has like an inquisitorial eye on it.
does that have a specific name? I am not sure how guns work.
The pistol grip.
Pistol grip, yeah.
Bottom of the pistol grip?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Works. That works for me. So yes, he appears to have showed you an Inquisition sigil on his gun.
I'm just gonna nod to him. Let's move.
Perfect.
If I had to guess, you are not one of my cohorts. Might you be of I'm just gonna lean in her ear. Hunts? And like whisper really quietly.
I'm just gonna walk past him.
I know these things.
So,
Oh, and I'm also gonna hand sign behind me. We can trust him.
Figgy,
yes.
if I want to kind of get some extra information on where we're at, or like try to decipher where we're at, do I have a lore for that?
You can roll Inquiry with a plus 30.
Can anybody do it or just him?
Anyone who wants to know.
Ooh, I like inquiry tests.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see if I can make it.
Watch Harold make it.
God damn it!
Don't worry, I
Sorry.
got this.
Harold,
you.
did you add the plus 30?
No.
Oh, I didn't have the plus 30 either. I would have made it.
Yeah, actually, funny thing, Harold would have made it best out of everyone.
Wow, you're right.
That's quite funny. So yeah, let's.
Wait, would I get the plus 30?
Yeah, you would have. Oh, actually, yeah, that would have made Ren's the best.
Yeah,
Never
thought
mind.
so. I'm always the best.
Damn it.
Hee hee.
Well,
Take that, Harold.
you really don't have Inquiry?
No, I don't.
You should get that. It's a good skill.
Probably get it the cheapest.
It's not
Yeah.
that great. You fail it.
Nah. So, as Ren walks around, who do you approach?
Actually, I'm gonna fully... Harold, do you have something planned for this? Because if so, I'll just let you take the lead on this one.
No, not really. I just wanted to help out Tarvok to find out where we was.
Okay. Are there any officials around?
When you say officials, do you mean actual quote-unquote natives?
People that look like they've worked on this ship their entire life.
Ah, without needing any test, you look around and see that there are some groups of crew ratings that appear to have gathered about and are conversing in their local dialects. They are distinct from the pilgrims in the fact that they appear to be better clothed and not quite as quote unquote tan as the pilgrims.
Wow,
Since they,
racist.
I'm saying that the crew ratings are pale. They're pale skinned.
Ooh, it might be from Firecough.
Probably not. They're probably just Voidborn. So, there are some groups you see around. They are wearing some... they wear worker overalls and an armband with some kind of insignia upon it.
Is anybody here? No, I'm not gonna make the joke. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Go and ask them.
Tarvok, they're speaking in some sort of native tongue. Can you understand it?
Linguist or?
This would be... Let's see... Actually, I need to look for this. And... Let's see... This would be a linguistics low Gothic test, and you can get a +10 because you have trade linguist.
I'm rolling on Andre today.
Damn. This is kind of nuts.
No. Roll 20 and spices, I reckon.
Yeah. So, as you listen in a bit further, they seem to be speaking some guttural form of Low Gothic. You're going to need some time to figure out a lexicon between the crew members. At least in this part of the ship, yes?
Can I roll an awareness test to find any like arbites or sanctuaries on?
You can try. See, try to see. If, roll for let's say +10.
Yay!
There you go. So, as you look around, you see some. You see men with in blue-colored flak armor, with the same insignia as the crew rating upon their arms, and they appear to be patrolling the hallways of the vessel. They are neither sanctuaries nor arbites.
I'm just gonna make a mental note of them and move on.
Indeed.
I guess while he's doing that, can I send out like a binary call just to see if there's anyone of Mechanicus influence in this area?
Indeed. Roll Lingua Technis. Or Techna Lingua, as it's also known.
Yeah, Tarvok, you did something.
Yeah.
Thank the Omnisire.
As you send out a binary call on the noosphere, you receive a data packet regarding your surroundings. Mostly it's maintenance servitor shifts and schedules, but you also receive some of the more basic information, like the name and class of the ship you're on. This appears to be the Oath Unspoken, a heavily modified Dauntless Light cruiser, at least in outward appearance, though the ship log appears to reference dates all the way back to the Age of Apostasy.
I kind of let the people know this. This is a modified Dauntless Light cruiser called the Oath Unspoken. Quite interesting. It seems to have a very rugged and interesting background.
We're aboard a ship.
Indeed.
Would any of my lores mean anything to this, Biggie, or
What lores do you have?
baseless trade in the underworld?
You can know that any vessel that's void-worthy can be used for smuggling attempts, even though the owners of the ship do not know of said attempts.
Question. Maybe I'll be able to use this. Could I use Forbidden Lore Heresy to know what would I know if I can get any history of this ship, or if it has any note in Imperial records?
You could roll. Actually, Tarvok and Polonia can both roll Common Lore Rogue Traders.
How about I just assist Tarvok?
Thank you.
I'll give you
Indeed.
some pointers and tell you I know from when I was a kid.
Yeah,
So that I pass with that.
yes. You, going through the rest of the data packet, you find that the ship appears to belong to the Ansafor dynasty. So, there you go, that's the name. And as soon as you mention this to the rest of the warband, Polonia speaks up, recognizing the name of Ansafor as being one of the greater, if not on the if not the foremost rogue trader dynasty in the Ascalon sector, which currently had a small trade war with the Serena dynasty, and currently the patriarch of House Anzafor appears to have gone into some kind of penance for this transgression against the lords of Ascalon.
It seems that we're on an Ansafor ship. They're the largest dynasty in the sector.
Polonia, you never cease to amaze me with your intelligence.
This isn't my first time seeing one of his vessels. I'm surprised I didn't recognize it when I first came aboard.
It's neither here nor there now. And I kind of make note of everything that was said, like in my data slate.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and anything I didn't parrot from Biggie, assume I did.
Fill in,
much.
yay.
Yay, fill-in is great.
Cast full action fill in.
Yes.
Polonia,
Yes,
you've been on a ship like this before, yes?
many times.
Not this one in particular, but yes.
Not this one, yeah.
Okay. How well armored and armed are these ships? Like, what kind of weaponry are we looking at?
I never paid much attention to the weapon systems, but I know they're a lighter ship. Standard, if I'm not mistaken, in the Navy.
An Imperial Navy vessel, then. Interesting.
Possibly.
There is a way to ascertain more information if Tarvok were able to find an information terminal and do a little behind the scenes
I'm assuming
work.
we're gonna just, like, we're doing this as we walk towards, like, wherever.
Yes, you're walking through the hallways in between the different holds of the ship.
Yeah, I just imagine my... Oh, go ahead.
Would I know where a medical bay is? On the deck we're on?
Roughly, yes, but it would take some time to get there.
Alright, so much for that idea.
What was the idea?
Oh, I figured I could walk up there and just be like, listen, I'm a surgeon. I need to use one of your terminals.
Ah, right. Well, there are... actually,
This seems like a good
Tarvok,
idea.
Tarvok, roll for me... not Forbidden Lore, Common Lore Tech.
God damn.
Well, shit. I am just... I can't help you there, buddy.
No, it's fine. Actually... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I kind of like the idea of going towards the medical bay.
Indeed.
So, as we're walking there, I want to go over to Polonia and talk to her some more. Polonia,
Indeed.
you were born aboard a ship similar to this, correct?
I was born on world, but I continuously ended up on vessels like these. They often came into port, and especially many of them would have medical needs when they arrived that their own crew couldn't satisfy. I did a lot of my graduate work and intern work aboard ships like these.
Interesting. Did your parents own any?
My father originally owned a vessel, a single vessel, but upon becoming a seneschal, he sold the vessel and we relocated on planet. Well, he relocated on planet with my mother. I wasn't born yet.
What of your mother?
She was an interesting woman. She's still on for lease as far as I'm aware. Her and my father should be in the capital. I haven't contacted them since I left, I admit.
Did you inherit your looks from them? From your mother?
As I've told you before, Lady Roseless, this is simply something that happened to me in the womb.
Interesting.
And I indicate my ears. It's just a fold of cartilage, really.
Just can't let go of those ears, huh?
Very well. Anyway, we should be approaching the medical bay by now.
Indeed. You walk for a few hours, going through access halls and lift platforms, but finally you reach the crowded Medicae area upon this deck. Inside you find a host of people all waiting in line to receive medical aid for the various accidents or scrapes that happen during void travel. You see pilgrims, crew ratings, and the odd armsmen waiting their turn, but the Medicae seem to have their hands full and are moving at a decent pace.
I'm going to walk to the front desk or the reception and say that I'm here off-world as medical relief, and it seems you could use it. Do you have a terminal that I could log into?
The man sitting at the table, wearing his Medicae body glove, looks at you and says, "Oh, finally you showed up. Look, we're getting swamped already, and Ansifor should have hired more damn people. So, he hands you a note and says, here, take this login, and points you towards one of the terminals further back. And says, you're in for a long haul here."
Oh, it's not my first time. Certainly is crowded here, though. Well, why are there so many wounded?
Oh, you know how it is, overcrowding and tensions riding high with the pilgrims flocking about the place.
I suppose so. And with that, I guess we'll walk over to the terminal, and I will give Tarvok the login info.
Before, as you're about to walk over, the man stands up and says, "Oh, quick! Before you go, I didn't catch your name for the registry."
I'm going to give him a cover name. Give me a moment.
No worries. I will simply
Her
roll
name
for
is
me.
Lilith,
Lilith.
and I'm gonna deceive.
That's good enough.
I
Roll
like
for
that one.
roll deceive. You make it, and the man notes down the name. Is that her full name? He asks.
Shit. Lilith
Gotcha.
Pansy. And then I give a slight chuckle.
Could you type that into chat just so I have it for posterity?
Oh.
Cool.
How the hell do you
Hey.
spell Lilith? Lilth?
Lilith.
There are 3 L's.
Oh, 3 L's. I don't know
Whatever.
how to spell that name. So, you give Tarvok the login details, and you have an access to a Medicaid terminal.
Alright, I just want to go through it and just absorb as much information as I can.
Indeed, roll security for me to get to the extra juicy stuff.
Can I assist him in this?
Yes, you can. So that's a +10.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Every degree counts.
I'm gonna
But that's
go
80.
over to the less injured, the ones that are just there pissing and moaning.
Yes,
And-
that would be some of the pilgrims. Outwardly they do not seem to be overtly injured.
And I'm gonna try to relieve some of them with holy music.
Ooh, nice.
I'm
Roll
gonna
for
have the
me.
loud howler
Charm.
fly up and use the loud howler to soothe some of them. And I'm gonna give a
Roll.
lecture to them.
Charm +10.
At that
damn.
note, I suppose
With-
if I see anyone around me with cuts and bruises, I'd try to attend to them.
Indeed. Do you want to just go on autopilot and start doing your thing?
Yeah, we'll just say Polonia goes on autopilot mode for a little while doing her
Yeah.
job.
I'm
Roll-
also
roll
gonna
them
tell
up.
some of them that have taken like light injuries and slight cuts to go and tend to themselves because the Emperor has provided them the tools that they need to heal themselves and heal their friends.
Indeed. Polonia, roll a Medicaid just to see how you do.
Polonia saws somebody's arm off.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna fate point and just auto succeed that with.
Alrighty then, with intelligence bonus levels of degrees of success.
So I have 5 degrees of success.
Indeed.
Also, I
So-
could have just used Sway the Masses for this.
You could have, but you didn't.
I should have,
So-
but whatever.
In order, Tarvok, you manage to get in behind the Medicaid programming, and you now have a better access to the ship's logs, so you might be able to find a lot better information. Do you search for anything specifically?
One is a log of of its destinations and stops.
That is an easy one to answer. Its seemingly only destination for the past few years appears to have been this place of Thaur.
Do I know of it?
You can roll for me common lore Escalon sector.
Well, I know where it is out of character, but
Damn you, Slanesh.
Ha.
Ha.
Get
Yeet.
wrecked.
Tempting her, she's gonna keep telling you no.
Through my life. Anything like that. How much? What kind of information? Can I get the log? I'm guessing when people drop off stuff, they have to sign off
Yes, they do.
as per administratum. Can I get a log of that, of people's signatures, and see if I just run through them and see if any of them stand out as familiar?
You can roll for me scrutiny against your intelligence. Can you even do that in the sheet?
I think
I do have scrutiny.
Yeah, but the sheet appears somewhat stingy when it comes to. Yeah, that's
So
that's
just
a bit-
roll straight up intelligence.
yeah. Just roll intelligence for me because apparently
I'm gonna.
the sheet is not as flexible as I wish it was.
I'm gonna. Should I re-roll that? I'm gonna re-roll it.
All right.
Would he get a bonus if I told him to specifically look for Sevon Het?
Stove on hat, you mean?
Yeah,
I will
Sevon.
type his name again.
I have it, I just can't pronounce it, it seems.
Would that give me a bonus?
Sadly, it would not give you enough.
What if I throw? Could I also get something because I have common and scholastic lore faces traders?
Actually, there is no common or scholastic lore
Is
faceless
it only
traders.
forbidden?
There's only forbidden.
Damn it.
Toby, you only have forbidden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. So no, there's no
Oh, well.
scholastic lore about it. So yes, no, that is sadly not enough. As you cross-reference as you cross off the list of names of people that have to drop off cargo onto this ship, sadly you find no known references.
Mm-hmm.
And last thing I want to do before I kind of let it go, am I allowed to interact with other entities with this terminal? Like, if I wanted to, say, change courses and move resources to somewhere else, could I do that from here?
Sadly, no, you would not have the authority to do that from this station. You are doing the equivalent of skulking about in the system.
Then what about a map? Is there a map of a blueprint of the ship I can get?
Now that is a different thing. You can roll a tech use for that to try and exload a copy of a map-wide,
Right.
a ship-wide map. There we go.
Very
Before
tempted,
he
Master.
shuts, before he shuts off gets off the terminal, I'm going to ask him to look for a location where cargo is being held, or high value cargo is.
Right. So, with the tech use test, you can get both of those requests. The first is at least as complete a map as you can of the ship, although it may be out of date due to holds being abandoned and other things and disrepair and stuff like that. You know how it goes. The other thing, meaning now anyone who wants to review the map on the data slate gets a plus 20 to the navigate surface aboard the ship, so keep that in mind. And you check, at the same time, you check the cargo manifest to see what the ship is holding. And to your surprise, depending, you find that the vast majority of the cargo of the ship appears to be held in the corpse holds, with its name giving away what it's holding.
Oh. So these might possibly go into the charnel houses?
I think we should look there, my friend.
No. They're coming from there.
Oh, coming from, I thought. Okay.
Yes, these are probably coming from the charnel houses. and when I mention the charnel houses, I look over to Rin and just kind of giggle.
I'm kind of busy doing, swaying the masses and just telling people prayers and everything.
Oh, no, this is just me tooting my own horn.
So,
Well, if I see Tarbok logging off a computer, I'll go ahead and get done with whichever person I'm tending to in the moment, and then walk over to the rest of the party.
right. Even though the number of people has subsided somewhat, the pressure on the Medicaid staff seems lessened to a slight degree, though they are still working furiously to accommodate all. But the receptionist shoots you a slight smile, as in thanks for helping.
I nod at him, knowing that he still has a long, long shift to finish looking about the hold.
Yeah, it's a shame. So,
Hang on.
what are
I
you
want
going
to finish
do?
my prayer with the people.
Indeed. What do you say?
E spiritus dominatus domi libra nos. From the lighting and the tempest, the Emperor
Lightning.
deliver us.
Lighting.
Sorry.
From the lightning.
Lightning.
Yes,
From
please,
the
Emperor,
plagues
save
and
us from this lighting.
temptation of war, our Emperor deliver us. From the scourge of the Kraken, our Emperor deliver us. From the blasphemy of the fallen, our Emperor deliver us. From the begotten of demons, our Emperor deliver us from the curse of the mutant. And I slightly look over at Polonia. Our Emperor deliver us. A morte
I'm gonna scour at her.
Domini libra nos.
Right. With your charm test already succeeded, the Pilgrim population of the Medicaid facility erupts into an ecstatic howl of divine jubilation as they shout their hymnal songs and praising the Emperor as they do. They seem to have a large chunk of them seems to have forgotten their current plight, and they wander off to join back with their with a host of other pilgrims that wander the ship.
The Emperor preserves us.
Indeed. So, you're going to continue on?
Yep.
As we leave, I'm going to approach Miss Roseless and say, Rosalina, let me inform you. It seems you've been misinformed, but I understand not everyone can be as educated as me. But there's a difference between a mutation and a disfigurement. You see, genetically, I'm 100% human. And my bent ears will not be passed on to my children. It's not a mutation.
I'm just gonna look at you. Blessed is the mind too small for doubt.
Thank the Emperor for that.
I'm sorry. Harold
I'll give her
is
a look.
Yeah, I'm sorry. For those listening and not watching, Harold Blackbeard just ate a low stick, for no reason really. So it has been a few hours, and Polonia, who is a somewhat veteran voidfarer, has recognized that the ship has been moving at normal speed for the past few hours, as she can feel the rumble of the plasma engines through the deck plating. However, the background noise of the vessel's plasma engines, a throbbing sound that cuts across the decks, abruptly ceases. A moment later, a prickling sensation causes the hairs on your neck and arms to raise as the reality-encompassing bubble of the ship's Geller field springs into existence. You feel a gut-wrenching shuddering as the vessel seems to tilt without moving, leaving reality behind and dragging itself into the warp.
What is going on?
I'm not. I've never felt. No, I have one. I think. Would I know that we jumped to the warp?
You would have known that you just translated.
Polonia, tell us.
We were in the warp.
No. You are in the warp now.
Okay.
Like, you just... Like, the ship has been traveling towards the Mandeville point, and it appears to have just made the warp translation.
We have just translated to the warp. The ship has jumped.
Oh dear, I hate this part of the travel.
Tarvok, where is the ship going?
I'm guessing it's the place that it's been going to for the past 90 years, Biggie?
Not 90 years. Almost half a decade now.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's going to Thauer.
Yes.
It is going to a planet known as Thauer. I couldn't get any information on the ship itself, or on the planet itself. I do apologize. Oh, I hate this part. It brings back bad memories.
So, are you going to continue wandering the ship, or do you have a specific destination in mind?
I thought we were heading to the below deck.
The below deck?
The corpse deck.
Corpse holds?
Yeah, the corpse holds.
Yes, but you will have to. That's quite a long way, and you're gonna have to keep walking to get there.
But as we're going along, do I notice like any main place that all the pilgrims seem to be congregating?
They seem to. The pilgrims seem to be moving with some kind of purpose, though none of them is expressing where they seem to be going, but they seem to be always on the move and going somewhere. You could ask one of them where they seem to be going.
Ooh, I'll ask.
Oh.
Just
All right.
because my command and charm is ridiculous. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna look back
Before you, as you look back, however, sorry for interrupting, but I need to do this. As you look back, however, you can see that you have picked up some kind of pilgrim train behind you. They seem to be following in your footsteps.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna signal to Andre for him to ask for information, and I'll walk towards the people following us.
Indeed. So,
Request.
what was that, Toby?
I'm just going to ignore her request.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna walk to the back people.
Right. So,
Worshippers of the Emperor, I must ask you not to follow us, for I must have my mind at ease, especially in this time, so that I may concentrate and give you praise, and praise the Emperor with you guys later. Is there a hall or something that I can meet you in?
the roll for me a command test. Plus 10. Fate point? Or not?
I'm just gonna sway the masses for it. I'm down to 2 command points.
You sadly cannot do that. You have to do it before you roll.
Yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
fine. I'll just reroll it.
Command point.
There we go.
There you go. So, as you address the pilgrims, they seem to be getting in each other's way when they try to answer your inquiry, and you hear 2 different names being shouted from the group. At least that's the only distinct noises you can make from them. And the first is a place called the Drunnels, which none of them seem to explain what it is. And the second is the Basilica Unspoken. That, on the other hand, is quite easy to figure out. So there seems to be some kind of divergence in between where the pilgrims are actually going.
I'm gonna peer over to Tarvak and sign in, do some signs to him. Take a note of both of these.
Written down.
And I'm gonna look
Indeed.
back.
And they seem to have their movement seems to have stopped. They appear to be talking amongst each other now, sparking some esoteric theological debate between each other, and they seem to be obeying your command for now.
My friends, which of these 2 has more of an open space so that I may address more of you?
Again, they start shouting the other names, and then they start heftily arguing between each other just which one might be better. While some of them argue that the Drunnels have a lot bigger space to work with, the others claim that the Basilica is much holier, and she would reach this preacher would reach the devout much easier if she but got her audience at the basilica.
Shit. Okay, 50-50 shot.
So,
I will be
talk
going
about-
to the Basilica Unspoken. For if I can reach the divine, I shall, and I shall pass his holy words upon you.
Now, question, are you actually telling them the truth?
Yes.
All right. So, in that case, they start meandering down another hallway, but they seem to be quite excited about their future prospects.
I'm just gonna look at my cherub and just pat her on the head. Okay, let's get going, Reza.
Indeed.
I guess on our way, can I kind of straddle up next to Harold?
Yes.
You can
Wanna
straddle Harold. He needs a good straddling.
Lewd.
Rude.
Right, no, but I'm just gonna kind of tap Harold on the arm. Harold, we have not spoken in length for any good time in a while. How are you holding up, my friend? Oh no, he said he's being right back. Crap.
Well, shit.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yep. As you attempt to make a conversation with Harold, you find that he appears to have gone missing somewhere.
Probably around the corner.
Probably.
Taking shit
I guess I
around
can
the
do
corner.
it. Talk with Andre then.
He had a lot to drink.
Fair enough. I guess I'll talk to Andre then. I guess once I notice that Harold's missing, I kind of walk next to Andre. Andre, are you up for a conversation?
Yeah, sure.
I'd just like to know who I'm working with. Now, it's a simple question. Where are you from?
Oh, me? Oh, I'm from Bink's World.
Tell me about it. I'm not familiar with it.
I mean, what to say? It's a very small hive world in the Alexis sector.
And how did you come to work for the higher powers?
Well, my friend, that is another story for another time.
Perhaps. Now, I noticed you had a pair of pistols on you. Do you know how to use them well?
Oh, yes, I do. I've had these pistols with me since I was a boy.
Are they modified at all? Like,
Yes,
can I
I
look-
imagine you asked to inspect it, right?
Yeah, basically, I'm asking, can I see your weapons?
Sure. And he kind of reaches into the coat and hands you the handle of his revolver.
I'm
One
just
of
gonna
his
walk
revolvers.
past you at this point with Reza.
Fair enough. And I want to inspect his pistols, like, to see what he's packing.
I mean, I can just tell you.
That too.
So, you notice that these pistols are not very ornate. They appear to be reinforced. Under the barrels a red dot sight, and the grip seems to be custom made to Andre's hand.
Fine weapons. Weighted well. Good compensation. A fine tool for destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Damn
And
it,
it is a
Polonia.
bit more concealable.
Oh, concealable too. And I kind of, with one of my extra arms, kind of hold up one of my dinky revolvers, and I'm like, perhaps I should look into an upgrade myself.
It is not the gun you use, my friend, but how you use it.
Not very good at that either, if I'm honest. I am no. And I kind of point over to Lockwood, who's kind of ahead of us now. Compared to some of the people on our team, I don't feel like I can keep up. They're absolute forces of destruction on the battlefield. Polonia can kill a man by taking him apart from an anatomical level, Lockwood can fight with religious fury, unlike I've never seen before, and Harold is just violence incarnate. But me, I'm just an old man at this point.
Oh, Darnat, I can see you have your uses, friend. But, tell me, where did you learn Eldari? I am curious.
I'm a Lex mechanic. I worked on a research station, been in the void most of my life, and it is that to which I am, as you see before you. And I kind of pull my hood down and just kind of give him a good view of my irradiated skin. But my reasoning behind this is a story I'd rather keep to myself. But I know many languages. It was a passion of mine and my daughter's.
A married tech police? That's not very common.
Oh, no. On the station, when a child is born, they are raised by a midwife of sorts until they have shown old enough to show a talent in something, and then they are given as a child to the head of whatever research department they show talent in. And Loraya, my daughter, was able to speak before any of the other children and could write almost as quickly, and so she was sent over to me. And I kind of from my what's it called, sleeve, I pull out a piece of paper that has a very detailed drawing of a young woman with long black hair and a bionic eye, and show it to Andre.
Well, my friend, I can see that she did not inherit her looks from you.
Thank the Omnisire for that. But yes, I know many languages, some Xenos and some of the various imperial dialects.
Well, since I assume I can trust you, I should probably give you my real name. And he reaches into the coat and pulls out his actual oath cog and shows it to you. I am Karshan Anders. Andre was just an alias name while looking for the faceless trade.
I understand. There was a time when, and I again shoot a sharp look to Roseless, where I was forced to go under the name Bouquet.
That sounds like a good story, my friend.
Just know love is murder.
But anyway, I think your zealot friend is getting a fifth hour ahead. We should go catch up.
Indeed, let's not be left behind.
So, as you move to catch up with Ren and Polonia, I'm guessing, you hear the sound of plainsong echoing down the corridors, growing louder as you approach the source, the sweet smell of incense wafting strongly down the hall. Rounding a corner, you see a massive chamber with arched windows looking out into the void, though the armored shutters have been pulled down. Gathered on the floor level, hundreds of people in plain robes lend their voices up in praise of the immortal emperor. Above them, a wizened man in the robes of a priest of the Templum Sacramentum Sacrosanctus leans over a railing, leading the song through a box amplifier. So, you have not reached the Basilica Unspoken yet, but it seems that an impromptu sermon has been started with a preacher leading his flock through the veneration of the God Emperor.
Biggie, can I do a logic test to see if there's any connection between, like, because I noticed the ship's called Oath Unspoken, this is the Basilica Unspoken. Is there any connection
Not
to that?
there yet.
Not just in the names.
Roll a logic for me, just for shits and giggles.
Kind of curious.
You make it. It would seem that you are able to put together that the Basilica Unspoken is the onboard temple or chapel, depending on what you want to call it.
Which one did I go to?
You're going to the basilica right now, but you're not quite there yet. You're
Okay.
on your way. But you seem to have stumbled upon a improvised sermon.
Viggy,
Hmm?
random question.
Yes?
I roll an awareness test to see if I see anyone that looks like an inheritor on the ship.
Ah, good choice. Roll for me an awareness plus 10 since you're looking.
Oh, baby.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Praise
So-
Emperor.
Praise be. So,
yeah, Mo.
God damn it. So, as you look around, you see that walking through the flock of pilgrims in their as they hold up their hands towards the old wizened preacher on the railing, you see the two black-robed figures, which look the black-robed and pale-skinned figures of the people that look very much like inheritors, with bone fetishes around adorning their robes. These seem to fit the profile perfectly.
And as I see them, I imagine, like, Alexis is in the front, and we're all just behind her at this point.
Pretty much.
So I'm gonna grab Tarvok, just like a quick, grab his arm real quick. Deck priest, and I'm gonna point out to those people wearing the black robes, wearing the bone fetishes. You see those two, my friend?
Yes.
Those are these inheritors I told you about earlier. They usually work for faceless trade. I think we should shadow them.
Indeed.
Perhaps, and I kind of pack in anything that's kind of showing on my robes, and kind of basically close my robes up and just kind of pull my hood more down.
Fair enough. Do
Kind of
you,
like-
do you inform the rest of the party of this turn of events?
I will not, knowing that Miss Roseless will probably go on a fire spree again.
Alright, well then.
So, is
Well,
the party
is Harold
going-
with us back? Is Pre back?
I don't think so. Well, let's say that he's following Ren for now.
Alright, then I would like to commit shadowing those people.
Indeed. So, you do take note that the way to the Basilica Unspoken does not appear to be the way that these inheritors are moving in. So, unless you want to inform Ren and the rest of the warband, they will split off without you.
So I'm just gonna go on the combead. Hey, lady. I'm going to go check something out. I will be back soon. I'm taking the tech priest with me. He'll be in contact.
Very well.
Oh boy.
And I kind of whisper in the comm bead, "Emperor protect you, Roseless."
You as well.
Alrighty then.
Let's commence the shadowing.
Yeah, roll
I-
for me a stealth test with a plus 10.
Oh dear.
Then be plus 30 because Sinscan gives me a plus 20 on all stealth tests.
You didn't think about this. I have no agility.
No, but here's how I'm imagining this. I'm
Yes, you need
following them and you're following me.
Well, I actually have ways of doing this. If you are going to stealth for, shadow or stealth for the entire group, you will have to get enough degrees of success for the people that you're trying to, quote unquote, lead through. So, yes, you have enough degrees of success for this. So, let's see. Where is, here it is. So, as you move further down the halls of the ship, ahead of you, a corridor opens up into a massive chamber, its ceiling lost amid shadow, mist, and tangles of steel wire and heavy cablings. The chamber is given over to a huge open market. The roar of voices echoes across the room as thousands of individuals push past one another in a huge crowd, surveying the goods offered at stalls and haphazard shopfronts. A tangle of freestanding structures, erected from scrap metal and flatboard, are built atop one another, rising almost to the ceiling. Gantries, ladders, and rope bridges connect the many entrances and platforms, and a number of acrobats perform their arts amidst the ropes and beams that hold the upper levels aloft, and to the entertainment of the crowd below. And we are in the Drunnels.
Aren't only they in the journals?
They are only there, but I'm moving everyone so they can see kind of what they're doing.
Oh dear.
So, yes, you appear to be in a gigantic market.
Inheritors seem to stop somewhere, or are they still moving?
The inheritors appear to be moving to a specific stall, and we move to the actual map now.
Oh no. Me, Polonia, and Harold are not there, are we?
No.
No.
Could
Yes?
since Pre was AFK and I wanted to bring him with him, would I have enough degrees of success to bring him with?
Pre, are you back?
Yeah.
Do you want to follow Anders? No, not. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna use Kirshen. Do you want to follow Kirshen and Tarvok, or do you want to go with?
Colonia and Alexis.
Yeah,
I-
messing me up.
I'm guessing that they would do sneaky stuff. So
They-
I follow.
Yes,
So I go with sneaky stuff because
indeed.
Well,
So,
you have assisted me in that.
well, he would have given assistance, yes, but that would have been plenty. Like you would have gotten enough degrees for all three of you.
Sweet.
So, place yourselves up here.
Okay. Okay, and as we enter, I'm just gonna do a quick scan to see like any familiar faces.
Roll an awareness -10.
All around me are familiar faces.
Polonia, do you have a religion on your homeworld?
We have faith in the Emperor, same as you.
Ah, very well.
And yes, you are. Polonia and Ren are now moving. Are still moving towards the Basilica, minus 3 companions.
Do I even notice? I want to
Roll
roll an
awareness.
awareness to see if I notice. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, we're totally oblivious to it. Although
Yep.
I do admit, Ren, that I never received a religious upbringing.
I can see why. You were medical. You spent most of your time learning. You were a scholar. It makes sense.
I really did never have the time for faith and whatnot. I've always preferred science.
I like that market stall.
Which one?
The
This
one I'm
one?
marking.
Yes.
But Figgy, awareness test.
Awareness test. Let's see. Oh yeah. As you look around, you notice no one that you recognize. However, you are still able to keep track of the 2 inheritors that appear to be moving, and they appear to be chatting with someone that appears to be a weapon vendor of some description, selling the many different things.
What I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go like right here and kind of look at the stall, making it look like I'm sitting there just looking, and I would like to lip read them.
Indeed.
Off-camera shopping trip.
Off-camera shopping
Off-camera
trip.
shopping trip.
Nice.
Give me one moment. Need to. What were the rules for lip reading? I think it's only a.
I think it's
every
just
10
a.
minutes.
Yeah. I think it's just a straight up awareness, I think.
I just want to double check. Awareness, the breeding. Okay, it's only a -10 for every 10 meters, so I'm.
Okay, so you're fine.
Any bonuses?
Not specifically, no. You're close enough. Ooh. Ouch.
Fate point.
Fate point. Ah!
Shit. But
As
does
you-
Auspex help me?
Sadly, no. You would look way too conspicuous if you were pointing an Auspex at their faces. Also, I don't think it even has that capability, but as you try to lip read the sullen faces of the inheritors, all you're able to catch is some mentions of the ancestors and a name you don't recognize.
What's the name?
Yes. Isumat. Or some you at least guess that's how it's spelled due to you not hearing it. But you are able to tell, even if you didn't catch what they were saying, you were able to see that the men appear to have bought some quantity of solid projectile weapons, some kinds of autoguns and pistols and the like, and they pay the weapon vendor with some kind of bone chips as they finish off their bargaining. And you hear behind you, as the inheritors make to leave, the man behind you, who appears to be selling some kind of fancy carpetry, taps you on the shoulder and says, "Hey, buddy, you're gonna buy something or what?"
I'm not going to buy something of this quality. I'm
Pah,
just gonna walk away.
you would know good quality if it stepped on your face.
And then actually, as he does that, I'm going to kind of move over and kind of start perusing his wares with a air of business.
Ah, now here's someone who can appreciate quality.
Of course. What better place than above the world?
Indeed.
Real quick, as I'm just walking by, I'm still gonna keep tailing these guys.
Yeah, seeing how close you are, I am going to roll an awareness test on these guys to see if they can actually see you.
And can I roll awareness just real quick to see what, just kind of like glance over what the lady is selling?
Yes, you can.
Any bonus?
Plus 20. There you go. She appears to be selling all manners of weapons. None of them appear to be uniform in any way. Most of them are probably trade-ins and other types of things.
Notice any specialty ammos?
Specialty ammo, from that, we will save that for later as the shopping spree happens off camera.
Yeah. Well, like what I'm doing is to kind of permeate the shopping spree is that as once he moves a certain distance away from a shop, I'm going to move over to them and I'm basically shadowing Toby.
Indeed.
Oh man,
So-
I win.
Yeah, they failed horribly. So, as you keep pushing through the crowds, roll for me another awareness, Toby.
Any modifiers since I have my eyes just fixed on them?
Plus 10. This is not vision-based? Ah, damn it.
Yeah, fuck.
It's not vision-based, but
It's the ghost of that demon tree, damn it.
probably. As you are following them, you find that there appears to be some kind of jester in front of you who is covered in colorful clothing and with a grinning mask with a long nose upon it. He appears to be a juggler of some kind. As soon as he has your attention, the man begins juggling several objects and continues to incorporate more into his routine the longer that you allow it to go on. The objects include razor-edged pieces of carved bone, skulls wrought with metal studs, and even vials of some unidentifiable liquid. So out of you three, so Tarvok, Kirshen, and Harold, make for me either an awareness or a logic test.
Any plus or minus?
No. You can choose, however, which test you want to make. Wow, fair enough.
Out.
Tyrok, as you look around the rest of the journals, you can see that there are other performancers that move around, and they receive. Actually, let me check. You see that are other artists receiving some item of compensation for their performances, and determine that the juggler appears to expect compensation the longer the show goes on. So, I'm going to have to see some influence tests to pay him off.
Well, actually, I guess imagine it's like this guy just comes around the corner out of nowhere. I don't notice him.
Right.
So as he starts juggling, I'm just gonna reach into my my bag and just throw a dose of Obscura into his little juggle routine and try to get by him.
Indeed.
Is this adequate for him to not bug me?
He makes a bow and goes off to find another victim.
And I'm gonna kind of try to make my way towards him. Actually, are there any performance? Like, this is the area where the performances are happening, right? Oh, hold on.
There are different areas happening, but they appear to be moving about all over the journals.
Just to kind of blend in, I actually take my illuminate capacitors, and I know this is gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna like not fire lightning like with the intent to shoot, but just kind of like make sparks to kind of as like in an entertaining way, a theatrical way.
Right.
To Viggy, as he's doing that, it's like I imagine as I'm still telling these guys, can I just make an awareness test to take a peek what's inside these tents?
Go right ahead.
Any modifier?
Plus 10. They are not they're not closed.
Then I'm going to continue tailing those guys.
Indeed, and we move back here. So, as you continue to shadow the two inheritors, they appear to arrive at some kind of a ramshackle shack, and they step inside. What the purpose of the shack is, or the personages inside, is impossible to tell from the outside due to there being no windows.
Like, I imagine like there's a door to it, right?
There is a door which the inheritors moved through.
Okay, so as like they open it before they move in, can I make an awareness test to try to peep in?
Go right ahead.
Any modifiers?
Minus 10 for this one.
It's too spooky in there.
No, sadly, the door closes too quickly behind the two inheritors, and you do not get any further.
Anyone standing outside?
Yes, there is. There appears to be a bulky man with some kind of synth muscle augment upon his arms.
Does he look like an inheritor?
He does not. He is wearing. He is a tall, bald-looking man with with eyes too close together, and he's wearing a vest and pants.
Do I recognize him as Stovan?
This is not him, and you know
this
how
is
Stovan looks. No.
I do remember. Okay. But he's definitely, just by looking at it, you can tell he's not an inheritor.
Indeed. However, before we go any further,
Yeah, we should
Ren and Polonia arrive at the Basilica Unspoken.
Actually, we're already sitting.
Already.
Yes,
Oh.
we are.
Yeah, they do the little RP in the chat.
Oh, right.
Do you want to
I
actually
wasn't-
get to that? Because that's like really, really heartwarming.
Let me. I mean, if you want to repeat it for the stream, you can.
Yeah. So as they're walking through the hall, I find faith to be the best thing for the masses.
It certainly has been shown to subdue them.
It keeps them calm, keeps them working. Faith, It's important to them. And I'm just gonna look over at Riza. You could see on my face a slight air of depression.
In response to you, I'm going to say they find it soothing, I suppose.
Riza had faith. Faith in me. Faith that the Emperor would protect her.
I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna place my hand on Rosalina and give her an empathetic look. After a pause, I'm gonna say, Rosalina, there was nothing you could have done. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm gonna look down, look at her. I'm sorry for snapping at you.
I'm going to immediately give you a comforting hug and just say warmly, it's okay. I can't imagine what you've been through.
Yeah, it's fine.
You
I'm
did
gonna return the
everything
hug.
you could as a mother. I'm sure you were a good mother.
Hey. And I'm gonna look up at the cherub.
I'm gonna motion for us to sit down.
I'm gonna look at the seat and then just kind of like fall into it.
I'm gonna sit with you, and then you can't blame yourself. I'm sure Ariza loved you with her whole heart.
She did. She still does. I feel like she still does.
At that comment, I'm going to pause. Sometimes we use crutches when we're hurt, but sometimes people can become over-reliant on a crutch, and it can become more of a hindrance than it does help.
I'm gonna put my hand on Riza, who's sitting next to me at this point. She's still alive. Her machine spirit is still alive. But I know that she's gone.
I don't know what it's like for you to have such a grim reminder follow you around.
I'm gonna look at Rosalind. I'm gonna look at Riza. Yeah. Anyway, the service is starting. We'll talk about this later.
You're right. I think we're missing a few people as well.
I'm gonna finally like look up and just be like, what? I'm gonna put my hand on Polonia's shoulder. Thank you.
It's okay. Really. If you ever want to come talk about it, I'll always be here.
Then I'm assuming everybody walks in.
No, they're not walking in because they're still in the Drunnels.
Yeah, we have to go find them, don't we?
Yeah, well, they are still shadowing those inheritors, and you two are still here.
Yeah, we told you where we were going.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, no,
Well,
you
I
specifically
said we were going to go
did
check
not.
something out.
Oh yeah, well fair enough.
Yeah, they don't know where you are, which is a shame.
I'm assuming that we're at the other place then.
You are at the Basilica Unspoken, yes, and the sermon is about to begin. It opens up with with a lovely prayer session, as the flock makes the sign of the Aquila and bows their head. As the prayer ends, the deacon of the place, who introduces himself upon the podium as, let's see, what is his name? Artemus Frail, Deacon Artemus Frail. I'll type that into chat. Here we go. For anyone who wants to write it down. He begins a sermon. What's the word I'm looking for? Emphasizing the Emperor's protection during the dark times of warp travel and the predations of hungry beings who wish for the souls of the faithful, though he is very obscure in his sermonizing. However, Ren and Polonia, both of you roll awareness plus 20.
Well, I haven't made one yet.
We'll see. Watch Polonia make it.
Fucking damn it.
Absolutely not.
You know what? I'm gonna re-roll it. I have one fate point left right now.
Damn.
You said plus what? 10?
Plus 20.
Oh yeah, that would make more sense. God
No.
fucking damn it.
Slanesh says no.
I guess
Damn it,
I
folks,
should
get
have
Slanesh
done
out of here.
it.
Oh, I can do something funny instead. So, as you look around to try and locate anything of note, you see what appears to be a strangely dressed group of people that stick out like a sore thumb. They are clearly not from Disolium and not native to the ship in any way, though they appear to be servants of some kind.
Rosalina. Polonia. Look over there.
Yes. I'll take note of the people.
I'm actually gonna go on the comm bead because now I'm aware that they are gone. And
Right.
just do a fill-in for what we're seeing.
You are unable to get into contact with the rest of the warband due to the limitations of the ship's hull affecting the signal of the microbead.
Polonia, I'm only getting static. It looks like we're alone.
Looks like it. Those people over there, do you recognize them? They look different.
I don't. They don't look like natives of this world.
You're right.
Do they appear to be voidborn?
They do not. With the healthy pallor of their skin indicating that they are, and their normal height, they appear to be planet-born. Do you wish to approach them?
Might be a better idea not to. They'll probably spot us if we do. What do you think we should do?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm beloved here at this point. Getting up and attracting attention might actually be a bad thing if we want to watch this service.
That's a good point.
Keep an eye on them.
Will do. Maybe we should approach them as people are leaving.
That is a good idea. Just keep notes of everything that they do.
I'll keep my eye on them during the sermon.
Also, check them for any signs of distress or any signs of what is the word I'm looking for? Agitation?
Agitation, yeah.
For any
If I
sign
see
of
them
agitation.
do anything, I'll immediately let you know.
Can I do a awareness to see if they have any weapons on them?
You sure can. No.
I'll give it a shot.
They do not appear to be armed. However, you do note that they appear to be without their lord and master.
I don't like this. We're in the void. Well, we're in the warp. And I don't like being surrounded.
Do you think we should back out?
No, that might draw even more attention.
Good point. But quick. I'm quick with my rifle. I'm going to say that very hushed. So I can pop into action quickly if need be. Hopefully it won't come to that, though.
I'm also gonna pull my my bolt pistol from my side and lay it on my... Keep it in my hand and just get it ready.
Right. So, let's see. As you ready your weapons, are you going to simply wait until the sermon ends?
I
Okay,
have nothing else to do of note until the sermon ends.
Right?
And then I'm not going for my weapons yet, Biggie. I'm always ready.
Yes, of course.
Question, Diggy.
Hmm?
Alexis's bolt pistol does have a suppressor on it.
It does, but it wouldn't be enough in this crowd.
Even with him, like
Remember,
yelling
it's
and screaming
remember,
at
That's
it's
not
Or is it all silent?
That's not how a suppressor works.
I know,
Well-
I'm saying, are they loud enough to where it'd mask the sound?
no. It would mask the like a suppressor is supposed to change what it sounds like. It can't it's not a silencer. That's just silly.
I guess the gun goes "Nyeh," when it fires.
What did I just miss?
Don't worry about it. It's just gun stuff.
Oh, I'm also gonna put my pistol, like I'm still holding it and everything, but I'm just gonna move my skirt over it. Well,
Right.
my dress over it.
Right. So, back in the Drunnels, it's been about 10 minutes since the inheritors went inside with no sign of them coming out once again. Harold, I'm going to need you to roll an awareness.
Any plus or minus?
No plus or minus. Now, unfortunately, I am going to have to roll this on the table, so you'll have to take my word for this, because this is a secret roll, sadly. Well, nah. I'm going to need you to roll another awareness pre. Okay.
Ooh.
As you actually made it, and you beat him. As you are watching and waiting outside of this shack, Harold, you notice that someone brushed up against you.
Really? Someone's
Yes.
gonna try to steal from me again.
Yeah.
Murder the
Well,
ship.
You do immediately notice that. What's his name again? I forget. I need to check. It is. Yes. Eli appears to be missing out of its scabbard. Well, that's. Is it called scabbard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called scabbard. Eli appears to be missing. However, you spot the man that went that walked off with it.
So I'm guessing he's not very far away.
He is like 2 meters away from you when you spot this.
Good. I'm going to fucking charge him with my hunting lance. You don't
Well-
steal from me.
Well, shit.
Things are
Alrighty
explosive,
then.
right?
Yes.
Because they're subtlety.
Yeah. So, in that case, roll to hit. The
They
man
get
is
surprised.
the man is surprised. Actually, I'm just going to roll another test for him. Let's see if he spots this coming. Well, I rolled a 14, so I'm going to say that no, he's not surprised. But
Do I get any plus because it's a surprise?
no,
He's not surprised.
yeah, like I roll 14 on dice, and yeah,
Okay.
even if he had 34 perception and no awareness, he would have made it.
So he can't dodge this.
No. He can
escape.
try. Let's see.
Then I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm
if you-
just going to put a fate point in and use Killing Strike.
Well, there you go.
Jesus Christ, this poor man.
Actually, I'm gonna double. Oh, you use Killing Strike. Never mind. I
Running
wanted
like,
to check something.
like the things from Mad Max, right?
They're the Rough Rider weapons.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So you hit. He can't dodge. So roll damage for me. That
Is a waste of a hunting lamp.
I'm gonna double check that because 388. I want to be double sure, extra sure. So let's see. Here we go. Skulker. Yep, that sure is enough to kill him. Hot damn. So, yeah, the man that tried to steal from you explodes into bits as you jam the hunting lance into his back. And Eli drops to the floor.
I'm just gonna pick up my dagger, put it back in its scabbard, and just walk off.
Indeed. However, all you three, Tarvok, Kirshen, and Harold, roll awareness, plus 10.
God damn it, guys. Don't get killed.
You made it.
God damn it, Harold.
You're the demon tree.
Yeah. Wait. There you go. But, Harold, you make it. You see, in the distance, there appears to be a group of armsmen approaching in on the commotion.
Okay, I'm gonna inform Tarvok and Andre about it.
Harold, why did you do that? At most, you could have used your bare hands.
You don't steal from me.
At the thought of after Harold informs Kershawn, he just kind of feels the spot on the face where he got punched and just kind of has a sigh of relief.
You have about 40 seconds before the armsmen show up. Decision time.
So I am going to try and go into the inheritor shack.
Polonia,
Try.
did you hear a pop?
I don't think so.
So you're going to go in there by yourself?
I'm gonna follow in. Kind of again, trying to remain inconspicuous. Hands in robes, hood down.
Do realize that the man got killed just outside of that building. So unless you want to, so the armsmen will probably spread out and search the immediate area. Tarvok, roll logic.
Oh dear.
Do you have any fate points left?
I do.
Auto succeeded.
Fine, I'll use my fate point. Auto succeeded.
Good, because I kind of can't risk this one. I need to tell you guys this. So, the armsmen will investigate the immediate area, and that shack is an immediate area. And any witnesses will be able to tell the armsmen that you went in there. If you want to actually get away from them, you're going to have to extricate
Vicky, why are we
from the
worried?
area.
Like,
Why are you worried?
they're looking for someone who's got a. Like, I ain't got nothing that can blow somebody up like that.
Yeah, but you're an accomplice.
How do they know we know him?
Roll a deceive.
Roll deceive.
Or
Why?
what?
Well,
What?
Hey, what's
think
them?
of it like this.
They haven't
If
talked to us yet.
think of it like this. If they try to arrest you, are you going to defend Harold or not?
I don't know.
I'm yes, Viggy.
Mm.
Flagellant.
Oh,
Flagellant.
no.
Right.
Free? No.
So, you two are going to go in there? Harold, what are you going to do, aside from Flagellant, which is just a 5-second thing?
I'm just going to stand there and wait for them.
You're just standing there.
Murder hobo.
Well, goodness me, I wasn't expecting this. Well, I am actually going to have to ask the cliffhanger here, because I hadn't prepared for this.
Well, you
So-
could go back with me and Polonia. Yeah, me and Polonia.
Oh yeah, I could actually.
Yeah.
Instead of that, I'm going to yes. So, wow, we go back here. So, as we return to Ren and Bologna, the sermon has ended, and the current occupants of the Basilica Unspoken appear to be shuffling out to let in the next group, so they may bask in the Emperor's glory. That is the Basilica Unspoken.
Polonia.
I think
While they're switching out, let's go.
a non-follow.
We're gonna
Indeed.
approach the men.
Right. So, as you approach the servants, let me see. Where is it? I swear I put it here. How did I lose this? Here we go. Ah, here it is. As you approach the oddly dressed men, you note that the man walking in front of them, while not a leader, appears to wear the trappings of a steward. Do you approach him?
Yes.
Indeed. What do you say to him?
Are these servants yours?
Oh, goodness me, they are not. I am Steward Jolmas, and I will type that into chat. There we go, Jolmas, and he makes a quick bow before righting himself back up. I am here on behalf of my lord, of actually, what is his name? Well, shit, they don't actually mention their lord's name. I'm just gonna have to make one up then. So, I am here on behalf of my lord Antoine Perrin. We are here to escort him to his final resting place upon Thawr.
You suffered a death.
Ah, yes. Though suffering is a strong word, it is an honor for me and the rest of his servants to join him on Thawr, to join him in his entombing.
If I may ask, did he die gloriously for the Emperor?
I am not at liberty to say.
Well,
And
I would love to...
roll scrutiny for me, plus 20.
Ooh, like this. Alright, scrutiny. Damn it.
But it doesn't like you, I'm afraid.
No.
God, you were waiting for that.
I was.
Well, you should tell me so that I may give him a prayer.
Ah, it is roll for me a charm, minus 20.
Minus 20?
Minus 20.
Oh, what
Can I
about...
speak up and express my I'm so sorry for your loss and give her an assistance?
You can, but it would not have helped.
No, would not have.
Oh, of course not. But it is. Let us say that he died doing what he loved, and leave it at that.
Well, it is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Ah, yes. But yes, the tradition of Snope's world is might seem somewhat odd to you.
Oh, do tell.
Well, he did say they were joining their lord, their lord for his entombment.
Oh.
Yeah, they're gonna be
I'm
buried
with
with
you.
them.
It seems like such a waste of resources, though. Then again, I guess my household does something far different. My world does something far different.
Ah, they do.
Yes. You see, when a member of Perovoska is to die...
God damn it.
Ha. When
Keep
a member
going.
of Perovoska is to die, we simply turn our body over to the Mechanicus, and we allow them to do whatever they need so that we may serve the Emperor eternally.
Even in death you still serve. That is quite the noble aim. But you see, the tradition of Snope's world and the Platinal Palace, to be specific, is to ensure that the secrets of the servants die with their lord. Snope's world is infamous for its skullduggery, shall we say?
That seems like such a shame. You could give off that over to the Imperium and make everything better.
Ah, but we will. We will, if I am not mistaken, the bones, our bones will be used to help decorate our Lord's tomb. And in that, we glorify the human form.
I'm gonna look at the servants. And are you guys okay with this?
Everyone, the others, without hesitating, all simply nod. And Jolmas speaks up, saying, "Yes, it is quite the honor to accompany our Lord unto death."
I suppose that's how tradition is.
Indeed it is. Now, excuse me, but we seem to be backing up the pilgrim traffic.
Yes, yes, yes.
And you exit the Basilica Unspoken. Are you walking alongside them, or are you going to
Polonia.
or are you going to
Yes.
exit
I
away
feel
from
as though
them?
these men have not been truthful with us, and I feel as though they're hiding something.
Well, they were forthcoming in admitting that they hide lots of secrets. But you know, they said they were to die once they reached the planet in the entombing, right?
Yes.
So no one will be looking for them and will expect them to die with the ceremony.
What are you
If one
suggesting?
were to go missing, no one would go looking.
Let's follow them for now.
Of course.
Indeed. So you're going to shadow them wherever they're going.
Mm-hmm. Do I need a stealth
Indeed.
test or something?
Yes, this will require a stealth test against their awareness, and I will just roll it here.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna
You're very sneaky.
spend my last command point.
Fate point.
There
Yes.
you go.
They're
Yes.
just looking at them.
And you managed it. They did not succeed. They got a 34. They only have 1 in awareness, and they don't have good perception. Only 30.
Good, I can hide all three of us.
3. Oh yeah, Riza. My bad. So, as Ren and Polonia walk back out of the Basilica Unspoken, we will move here And I will set up this scene for next week. My goodness, this will be interesting.
Damn it, Harold.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You don't steal from Harold. You
No,
die.
apparently you don't.
If nothing else, he's gonna give us a clear run to wherever we're going, because all the guards are gonna be busy.
Yeah,
Not-
no kidding.
Not all the guards.
It's
Yeah,
Harold.
it's-
It's Harold. All of the guards.
All
Oh,
of the guards.
what guards? You mean the meat bags?
Well, tune in next time for a fight between Harold and the entire
And
ship.
victims.
Like the yard bites coming straight from the underhive.
Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us for another episode of Queen's Court. This episode we had quite a lot of character development, which, as you know, is one of my favorite things. Tune in next week to watch Harold gut slam all of these guys. It'll be funny, or he'll die. Let's hope he doesn't die. Anyway, guys, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen. Love you guys. Bye.